Okay, I am like chewing my words, so I apologize if this is like a little crazy. So, reflecting on my values, personal beliefs, and experiences, how might that influence how I view child protective services, foster care, or family preservation? So, I definitely have mixed views with CPS. I've had run-ins with DCF, and I know I don't really remember why. I mean, I was younger, but I kind of just I know that time of my life like there was no reason for DCF to be there. Um so I definitely think sometimes they it seems like they put some more motivation, thought. I don't know. They seem more responsive to certain cases than they do others. Actually, I should have said that before. But yeah, so, and also a lack of responsiveness, period. I know in my area, there is a couple of families that have been reported on a couple times because the parents are drug addicts and the children are living in very unsafe and unclean environments, and they have like no running water or electricity or heat. And it gets really cold in Kansas during the winter, so heat is very important. Um, but I do know that CPS has, there has been successes and they have really helped other people. So iffy, like I said, mixed views. Foster care, also another mix. Sometimes we just don't know what children are going into because, people lie, which is awful. Actually, I really don't like lying, period. I really don't. So I obviously I have no experience. So if somebody does have like experience with foster care, and after I say this, like clarify for me, like somebody, I would appreciate it. But I know sometimes people lie, and so I mean foster families could seem like they're being nice. Other times, it tends to not be so good. I know that that's not all the time, but there have been cases. But foster care also is really helpful for certain people, and it works for certain individuals. So it's really mixed views on all of it, if I'm really gonna be honest. So how might these values and experiences impact my work as a social worker? So I try not to bring past experiences into new experiences, because usually when you do that, you're kind of going into it. If it was a negative experience in the past, you might be going into it with negative thought already and not giving it as big of a shot as you should, or caring about it as much as you actually should be caring about it. Caring about it. So given that I'm not gonna do that, well, it's easier said than done. So I'm going to try not to bring past experiences into new ones and let that influence my work. I'm hungry. So what strategies can help social workers remain ethical and culturally responsive when their personal values differ from those of the families they serve? So I have some things written down right here. So obviously refer to the NSAW Code of Ethics. That's kind of a guideline. Well, that is your guideline for a lot of situations and how you should view it. I don't really have much else read on that, but obviously like autonomy, respect, all that stuff is all in there. So definitely things to go on when you're working with families that are difficult. And then self-reflection, definitely a big one in social work. I know we have like covered this a couple times, but realizing like why is this upsetting you, or why may it be upsetting you, or just why are you thinking this way about a certain thing, and like how can you change how you think about it or how you're viewing a situation. So self-reflection, very important. Practicing cultural humility, so realizing that you're not done learning about other people's cultures, and so you're gonna have to be doing lifelong learning about other cultures. And so realizing that just because somebody else does something a different way, that doesn't mean it's wrong. That's just how they do it. And then approaching families with openness and like asking questions, getting to know them as people, and not just assuming based off what you have read or have been told about them. We don't know why those people could have acted that way, or why they said what they said. So asking questions and getting to know them is a good way to remain ethical and culturally responsive. But thank you for watching my video. I'm excited to watch you guys's too.